Hey everyone, it's Adam, aka Hungarian Nerd. In this lesson, I'm introducing you to a new tool called i3. And it's an i3 window manager. So in order to install it, we'll just do sudo apt-get, which is our package manager installer. Then we'll specify that we want to install it. And we're looking for i3. Then it'll ask for your password, because we're doing sudo. And then hit enter, continue, suckless tools. And I got a system program detected. Don't know what that's for. i3 is installed. If I hit this again, then it will not install because it's already installed. Great. So once it's installed, we can exit out of the command line interface. Click this drop down menu here. Go log out. Down here on the gear icon, we can click i3. And let's log in. See what's different. So as you can see, the very first time you run this, it's asking you to configure it, and we can go ahead and come into the configuration, and here it's asking us to pick a configuration key to generate, and I'll just use Alt, hit enter, and you can use the default if you want to, but yeah, so now I'm going to press Alt because that's the mod key that I selected. I'll hit it and press enter, and now I'm in this big terminal, which is really big. Why is the resolution so terrible? Anyways, and the reason that this is useful is because if I hit Alt enter again, then it tiles, so it creates another window that's just the same size. I could hit Alt enter again, and again, and again, and I can hit it as many times as I want, and it just keeps on tiling. So, and I can just go ahead and close a tab. And as you can see here, here are the shortcuts to keep doing that. So I can, make a new tab. Oh, that's for tabs. New window. Okay, yep. Close tab or close window. And this would be really good for hacking, as they say it. There's something called airmon. Well, let me open up a couple. If you have airmon running in this one, sniffing a router port, then while this is monitoring the router ports, you can use this terminal to start hacking away at the data that you see in the other tab to the left. And then here you can monitor or run additional processes that you might need to keep track of while you are hacking or securing something or developing a software or debugging or anything that you need to be looking at multiple things. Now another way to close these without going to file, we could just do Control D, or you can type in exit, exit. Cool. Now we're in the blank screen with no tiles open, so we can just hit Alt enter again. Or if you don't want them to be side by side like this, what you can do is hold down your mod key and press V and enter. And that way you're vertically opening these windows. Cool, right? And then Control D to close them. Great. So just a quick recap, it's Alt V for horizontal and Alt H for horizontal. V for vertical, H for horizontal, V for vertical, H for horizontal. So H and V and Alt, or if it's Windows that you picked, whatever your mod key is. So Alt V enter, Alt H enter, Alt V enter, Alt H enter. Fun stuff, right? And now let's talk about navigation. So what if you didn't have a mouse attached to this computer? What if I didn't have a mouse to click around? You probably will, but let's say we're back in like the old days in the 90s where you're using some kind of terminal and you might not have a mouse. Well, there's a way to do that, and you know how there's the WASD for gaming? Of course you do. Well, in this one, it uses JKLM. So it's almost like a upside down WASD on the other side of the keyboard. And if you hold down Alt and press J, then it goes to the left. If you press L, it goes up. If you press K, it goes down. And M goes to, or is it N? M or N? No, it's semicolon, okay. JKL semicolon. So J is left, semicolon is right, lift is up, or L is up, and that's, yeah, I say it lift because it like lifts you upwards, and then K is to go down. So, yeah, okay. That's how you would navigate if you didn't have a terminal, or if you didn't have a mouse on a terminal. And now there's another thing that you do is hold down your mod key and press any number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, and what it does is it opens up a new session or a new workplace. And then, you know, we could switch between all these, so you can have all different kinds of things going at the same time. So pretty cool, get to switch back and forth. It's almost like you have got, and then let's say in my workstation number 2, I wrote out a little thing here, and I want to move this into one of my other workstations. So I could do mod, shift, and then the number which I want to move it to. So now it disappeared from 2, I go into 4, and now I can see that it has been moved into our tab 4. And then you also see it deleted it from 2, because when we moved it moved it out of 2, and 2 didn't have anything else left. So if I were to click on this one, for example, and go hold down Alt Shift 1, and then I went to 1, well, we put that into our first tab here. And it, of course, didn't delete number 4 because number 4 still has some content in here. Okay, so a couple other things. Let's go to workspace number 2, open that back up, and if we hit Mod D, then it opens up this kind of little thing up at the top where you can navigate around with it with your arrow keys. And now obviously if you're looking for something like Firefox, this would take a long time to go through, so you could just start typing Firefox, hit enter, and we've got Firefox open right here. Yay. Okay. Apparently there's a song called Yay with the exact amount of A's that I put into it. Okay. Yay pronunciation. And then, of course, if we hit Alt Enter, it will open up a new window. You can still keep tiling. And then windows like Firefox, or applications like Firefox, I mean, if you hold down Alt and press D, type in Firefox again, then it will tile it once more. And then if I hit Alt V, and then Alt D, type in Firefox, then the next one will be tiled vertically. And then if I do Alt H and then Alt D, then Firefox, then it will open it horizontally again. And then if I had this closed here, then it would, you know, expand. So then same thing, I could do Alt D to close these, or no, not Alt D. And I could just hit these X's to exit out of it. And one thing that you should check out here is i3, oops, no, I'm trying to look in Google. Oh, I gotta hit Alt D again to get out of it. So i3 tiling basics. So i3 user mod manual. So it's just i3wm.org, WN for Windows Manager, and there's all sorts of awesome documentation in here for whenever you forget. Now, that's kind of the basic introduction to this i3 thing. Play around with it, open up some different things, read through the manual, mess around a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.